essere ucciso.
The only thing I don't know
Quando
is when.
che non so.
With Riina at large, Falcone was running out of time. Back in New York, the clock was also ticking for the American Godfather, Paul Castellano. Castellano waited for his trial on racketeering charges. He rarely ventured from his home, this luxurious mansion in the most exclusive area of Staten Island. Enemies and friends alike called it the White House. And Castellano lived like a president. That meant he lost touch with feelings on the street. Discontent that would be exploited by his rival, John Gotti.
There's a lot of discontent with Castellano where they thought he was too involved in his legal trials. He wasn't running the family. It had become a family of the haves and have-nots. Castellano was making all the money. Guys like Gotti were out there starving. So there was a lot of dissension in the family. We knew there was meetings going on and there was a lot of discontent.
In fact, Gotti posed as a have-not to win support for his bid to become boss. In reality, Gotti was making a fortune dealing heroin, making him a hero to his supporters.
He had his own crew, and we used to do a lot of things together. You got a lot of money, you can do a lot of things with it, and he had it. You know what I mean? And he let everybody else in his family eat off the same dish, as they say, you know? Be in the drug business. Do just about anything they wanted in the city.
The law was on to Gotti's crew for drug dealing. That brought more heat on Castellano, so he planned to break up Gotti's crew. Gotti knew he had to act. The stage was set for a showdown. On the 16th of December 1985, Castellano headed into Manhattan for a meeting with Gotti. They were to meet here, at Castellano's favorite steakhouse, Sparks, in Midtown Manhattan. Outside the restaurant, Castellano and his driver were shot dead. Such a daring, public murder shocked New Yorkers. It made the new Gambino boss a celebrity overnight. At the time, Gotti was facing a trial on a charge of racketeering. Until the murder, few outside the world of law enforcement had even heard of John Gotti.
We went from having what was really kind of a, not sleepy, but routine organized crime case to the case of the decade. We had huge throngs of reporters outside the courthouse, in the courtroom. We had a big fish on the line.
At his trial, Gotti was defended by flamboyant mob lawyer Bruce Cutler. For many years, Cutler has continued to act as Gotti's apologist.
He had a remarkable insight into others, like a sense, almost a sixth sense, if you will, to size people up.
Gotti could certainly size up a jury. In March 1987, the trial reached its conclusion. Gotti was acquitted of racketeering. But unknown to law officers, a juror had been bribed by one of Gotti's men. Gotti was tried in two other cases, both for assault, both defended by Bruce Cutler.
I'll say you with respect to defendant John Gotti, guilty or not guilty?
You find him not guilty.
Both times, the Gambino boss got off. bribery and intimidation of witnesses saw to that. The nickname the Teflon Don was born. Gotti was different to almost any other godfather. He made little secret he was a mafia don, and enjoyed that everyone knew he'd risen from Brooklyn poverty to become boss of bosses.
He was born dirt poor, was on the street since he's 12, was on the cover of Time magazine in his 40s, and he took on the system.
In the opinion of his former attorney, Gotti was a latter-day Robin Hood, standing up to those in power.
Jewish people, Irish people, working people, union people, construction workers, policemen. My father was a detective. Some of our strongest supporters that used to cheer for us were local police, not because they're allowed to, but it was the alphabetized government thugs we fought. The FBI, Internal Revenue, INS, CIA, those faceless, robotic government thugs that come at you and can destroy your life.
The murderous reality of Gotti's brutal reign was very different. Gotti's love of public adoration would be exploited by the FBI and prove to be the Teflon Don's undoing.
Oricare ar fi alegerea ta, Jacobs 3 in 1, cafea latte sau ice coffee, savurezi același gust unic Jacobs. Jacobs 3 in 1, gustul care te prinde.
Skoda Octavia Trend, climatronic, 4 airbag-uri, radio CD cu MP3 player, începând de la 13.990 euro cu TVA inclus.
Îmbrăcând o alună crocantă într-un înveliș bogat de cremă fină, ciocolatierii Heidi îți dezvăluie acum cu aceeași pasiune magia bomboanelor de ciocolată Heidi Pralinetti. Heidi, passion pour chocolat.
Bing iese în evidență oricât de small e scrisă. Ia-ți Toyota Yaris până pe 8 martie și poți fi unul dintre cei 3 norocoși care primește jumătate din suma achitată înapoi. Știți ce e atât de nedrept? Când realizez că ieri toate ridurile acestea nici nu existau. De aceea folosesc cel mai avansat Revitalift din ultimii 10 ani.
După 10 ani de cercetare continuă, L'Oréal Paris introduce cea mai avansată formulă Revitalift.
Priviți ce poate face Revitalift.
Cu Proretinol A, Revitalift reduce apariția liniilor fine și a ridurilor. Cu fibra elastil, Revitalift reface fermitatea pielii.
Chiar și pielea din acest loc delicat.
Cel mai avansat Revitalift de la L'Oréal.
Este nedrept un astfel de avantaj? Este, pentru că merit.
There are places that remain untouched. Underwater kingdoms. Deserted wilderness. Forgotten rainforests. now, National Geographic Channel explores uncharted territory.